Hello everyone and welcome to another Gran Turismo time trial video. We're in a Maserati. Yes, it's the brand new car, the MC20. If you can't already tell, that's a long straight. We are at Bathurst, which you can see right there. You already know we're in the MC20. We're on sports hard tyres. The gold difficulty is hard or extreme, I might say as well. Very difficult car to control. And my goal time estimate is around a 2:16.1, but this time could drop even further. I've had to make a really short estimate here because I'm meant to be getting on a plane in a few hours to Amsterdam. So apologies for the slightly more rushed version of this. If you're not subscribed already, please do subscribe. We do all the time trial guides now and weekly race guides and car profiles and everything else. And we're on the journey to 40k. Without further ado then, let's get on with the lap. And as you head towards turn 1, what you're looking for is a very early brake marker here. Just after the 150 board, there is a lamppost on the right-hand side. That is your brake marker for turn 1. Why are we braking so early? Well, this car doesn't have brakes. It takes a long time to stop this car. So later on in the lap, you're going to have some real adventures. Drop down to third gear, turn in, keep it tight, and be careful on the throttle. This car really likes to power oversteer. The wheels like to spin, and that's how you lose time very quickly. So just modulate that throttle a little bit as you go through the corner, and you should be fine on exit. Okay, remember you can short shift in this car. Say, remember, I've not told you yet. You can short shift in this car. Literally, it doesn't matter where you shift, it still pulls along with that massive turbo, or many turbos I think this car might have. On the right side is a tree there that I've marked. It's before the 150 board. That is your brake marker for this right-hander, okay? Now, you can do this next corner in third or fourth gear. So when you drop down here, you're looking to slow the car down as best as you can. Third gear, you're going to get more power oversteer. Fourth gear is going to be a bit more settled, as you see here. You still get a little bit of some, but it's far less dramatic than in third gear. As you head up here, this is actually a brake marker, believe it or not. On the right side, it goes from grey to black there. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit the brakes and try and slow the car down initially, okay? The whole idea here is to slow the car down initially, get it turned in, ready for the second brake-in zone that we've got here. So as we chuck it in, we're remaining around 100. And then as that line goes straight right there, that's when you start to go hard on the brakes. The second you see that, okay? So I'm about to go hard on the brakes right here. And again, slowing the car down. If you're going too aggressive, you're going to understeer into the barrier. Barrier collisions are very hard here. They go on very quickly, so you do have to be careful of that. I stay in third gear through this left-hander, and as I go up here, you are going to suffer some power oversteer, but third gear is definitely your best friend there as we continue on. Now, I short shift to fourth gear here because I'm trying to maintain a bit of stability with the car and stop the dramatics. On that right-hand side, then, we've got that tree there. One of my favourite tree markers at Bathurst here. It's your turn-in marker, essentially. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn in, and you will have to adjust the throttle accordingly. Notice I'll lift off here. I'm just trying to maintain a little bit of throttle there to keep stability. Remember, coming completely off is worse than just maintaining a tiny bit. As you come down here, I'm lifting a little bit. I'm just controlling the car here with the throttle. I don't want to use the brake because it causes understeer and oversteer and all sorts of craziness. So I'm trying to just use the throttle. I have used the brake on previous laps and it's worked. Another lap, it hasn't worked. Going over this crest of the hill, then you brake in or lifting on this black and concrete barrier change. Okay, if you feel like you need to brake, but make sure you're off the brakes before you hit the crest of the hill. Otherwise, just lift like I did there. As you go through the corner, just balance the throttle in fourth gear. Now, the brakes are rubbish, as I've said many times already in this lap. So on the right-hand side, you're braking before that telegraph pole thing or the house hits the edge of your screen. Okay, you're braking early here, and you're going to point the car where you normally do, towards the apex. Again, you want to brake in a straight line here, so you brake initially, then we brake in a straight line there, release, then brake in a straight line again. It really reduces the dramatics of the car, and it means you can brake 100% and efficiently as well. As you get to the dipper here, you're looking for that end of the curb on the right-hand side. You're going to dab the brakes and chuck it in, okay? Now, on exit, of course, it's going to be a bit dramatic because the car is dramatic. I hope you're not having a drinking game with the word dramatic because you'd be drunk by now. Anyway, through here we go. I short shift to fourth gear. Highly recommend you do that. Very worthwhile doing on that corner. It really does stabilize the car. Going into here, you got the black to white barrier on the right-hand side that I've highlighted there. You're literally going to brake quite a little bit harder than normal here to really try and slow the car down and prepare yourself. And as you turn in, if you start understeering, don't worry about it. Just try and straighten the car here for the hard brake in as you go into this left-hander. Through we go. I stay in third gear here. It's really nice in third gear, actually. It really settles down. The weight of those rear wheels really pushes the car down and allows you to carry on. Obviously, we're going to just pick up tons of speed now. So this is where it gets really interesting in terms of this car and its braking capabilities, should we say. So you can see I've been down on this lap in the middle sector, definitely more there. And you saw me hit the limiter there as well. You can stay in fifth gear. I really actually go to sixth in future laps as well. But literally, you're braking here before the end of the barrier, where that pole is there. You're braking before this, and you are going to drop the speed quite significantly, just below 170 miles an hour there, and get it over towards the right-hand side, and then you're going to brake hard at the 200 board. You're braking so much earlier for this one to stabilize the car. If you come in too hot here, you're going to go wide, and you're going to be all over the place, and you're going to go off. You have to be non-aggressive into this corner. Really stabilize the car through the corner. Just slow it down progressively, and you'll be fine. Notice I released the brakes a little bit there through the corner, or through approaching the corner there. That's just because I broke a little bit too early. That's all it is. But again, I'd rather brake too early than too late. Be careful on exit, of course, of power oversteer. And as you head towards this last corner, on the right side, we're not using the big tree. We're not using that anymore. We're using the little trees. As they hit the edge of your screen, you're going to hit the brakes. And again, third gear. Third gear is your best friend on this circuit. Third and fourth gear, that's all you really need. Second gear to slow it down a little bit, of course. But yeah, we're going to drop to third gear here. Turn in early, avoid the curb on the inside, accelerate through the corner as I do there, and head towards the line for a lap at Bathurst in the new Maserati MC20. Right, we need to do this very quickly now in the Martin Brundle style. So let's kick off then. Heading towards turn one, the 150 board just after that is lamppost, brake at that, third gear. Slow the car down, turn in, progressively go on that throttle. Allow the car to get straight before hammering your foot to the floor and heading down this straight. So this is where you can breathe a little bit. Remember the next brake marker before the 150 board. We're looking for a tree on the right side. Remember, you can turn your exposure up here as well if you're struggling to see the tree, but you can see it right there. There's the tree. We hit the brakes. Okay, we dropped to third gear. You can stay in fourth gear if you want. I'm going to short shift to fourth on this lap. Third gear is slightly quicker, but it's more dramatic, so just be careful on exit there as you saw a bit of power oversteer. Heading up here, we've got the concrete to black. We brake here, slow the car down, turn in. When it goes straight that white line, we brake again. Staying in third gear, keep it tight here. Accelerate out the corner when it's straight, otherwise you get a bit of oversteer like that. Heading up here, be careful of the wheel spin there. Short shift to fourth gear, use the tree on the right side, turn in, slightly balance the throttle there, lift off a lot, and just make sure you're on a little bit here. Now, going through this section, you're just balancing the throttle, so come off a little bit and back on, off. I'm trying to let the car do its thing. Turn in. It doesn't have a lot of grip there. As we head here, concrete to black there, we lift off, turn in, allow the car to roll through the corner once again. Accelerate through once you're happy and settled. The house on the right side, before that hits the edge of your screen, you're going to brake here. Brake in a straight line hard, release. Brake in a straight line hard, and then release. And then at the end of the curb there, chuck it in left, allow the car to roll through. Short shift to fourth gear to really benefit there from the power of this car. On the right side, black to concrete there. We brake a little bit, turn in, and then hard on the brakes in a straight line then. Turn in left, third gear, power out. Here we go then. This is where the car really picks up speed as we head down here and we get to breathe a little bit more. So at this moment, this is where you think about the next corner, where you're going to brake, how you're going to slow the car down. Now, as you come into this corner, one little additional tip you can do if you get to the 200 board is brake and slightly tap the throttle. I'll explain it in a second. Coming into here then, you brake, you turn in, and then you brake at the 200 board. If you're a bit oversteery there, tap the throttle a little bit. It's overlaying, it's called, and essentially what it does, it stops oversteer and forces understeer in the car. That will help you in some braking scenarios. Try it. It's a good driving technique. It's used in real life. Heading towards the last corner, small trees on the right side. As they hit the edge of your screen, you brake, it's third gear, you turn into this corner, you bounce the throttle on exit, and then boot it towards the line to hopefully get the goal time, which is going to drop a little bit more than I have said, I suspect, but I'm giving you an estimate of a 2:16.1 there. And that is the lap in a nutshell here at Bathurst. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. It's a very challenging car. It will test your skills out, so it's well worth a try, and it is going to frustrate you, but it is worthwhile. It really does help improve that skill control or driver control. So if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. You just saw the graphic right there. We're on our journey to 40k, and I appreciate all the support. There are 2 videos there for you, including the latest time trial from the Gran Turismo movie, which I'm about to go ahead and watch. Thank you once again for watching, and I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon, or in Amsterdam. Hello!